Morning, morning, Rayfield. It is another magnificent, terrific, wonderful, thankful, fabulous Rayfield day. No matter what today is, we are continuing our study on the mind. And today, I have my wings. Today, I am your imagination. I want you to know that whatever you imagine, you can be. You have to put your heart in it. You have to work hard. You have to remember that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But I want you to know that no matter what, you can do it. As we set our goals and our activities for this year, and as we look into the previous activities that we've done, we've accomplished a lot. And I want you to know that there's much, much more to accomplish. We're doing great things. We're loving what we do. And we are Rayfield strong. As we study the mental departments of the mind, we've studied the ego. We've talked about the emotions. We've talked all about you. Everything we do is all about you. Look at my sleeve. All about you guys. Just making you strong, making you a better person, and doing the things that takes to help you move forward in your life. We go to great lengths here at Rayfield to make sure that you have all the supplies, all the materials, all the things that you need to be a better person. And I want you to know that we put a lot of effort and energy into that because we're investing in you. And when Dr. Carter dresses up as your imagination, it's because she wants you to imagine that you can be all that you can be, that you can do all that you can do, and that we believe in you, we have faith in you, we trust that you will move forward. We trust that you will achieve your goals. We're here to make sure that you achieve your goals. So let's move forward, guys. Let's continue working on all of the attributes of developing our mind, all of the attributes of becoming a better person, being stronger, being more determined, being able to control ourselves. Remember, the bottom line for this year, for our thoughts, was self-control. We want to be able to control everything that we do. We want to be able to control ourselves when things are not so good. We want to say, hey, let me stop. Let me count to 10. Let me think about how I can do this differently, how I can show that I am strong, that I can handle myself, that even when I have a controversy or a difficulty, I know what to do, how to get myself under control, because I am in control of me. I have a little saying that one of my grandchildren says, I'm the boss of me. And I like that saying because you are the boss of you, and you can control yourself, and you can be a great person and in control at all times. Always in control, always a great person, always doing your best for everything and everyone and moving forward. So as we move into this next lesson that talks about the imagination, guys, I am your imagination. I have my halo. You see my halo? I have my wings. Got two wings there that flap back and forth. I'm in my beautiful imagination dress, and we are going to move forward with our dreams and our goals in this year. And guess what? We're going to achieve our dreams and our goals this year because we can do it. Remember that scripture in Jeremiah, be strong and courageous. I love that scripture. And I also love the one that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Those are my big, big scriptures that I keep in the forefront of my mind every single day. So let's move forward. Let's get into this lesson today. I am your imagination. Let's have a great day, Rayfield. All right, guys, imagination, imagination. I'm here with you. This lesson that we're going to look into today, we are progressing in our guardianship lessons, and I am so excited to share this information with you because I know that it's just going to move you forward and have you do great things. Knowledge is power. I'm always saying that knowledge is power. And the more knowledge that we can obtain, the better that we can do, the best that we will be, and our dreams will come true. Those goals that we set for ourselves every year to be better at counting money, to have better social skills, to do all of those things that we record in our mind that we want to move forward on. Well, here it is, guys. First, it starts in our mind. The mind is everything, because what happens in your mind is what you become. So that's why I'm spending so much time talking about the departments of the mind. The departments of the mind. It always seems impossible until it is actually done. Think about that statement. When you're trying to do something and it's challenging, it seems impossible. But the minute you get it done, wow, it's done. Well, that's a statement that was made by Nelson Mandela. It seems impossible until it is done. And there's some time that we have to plan. We should set aside 1 hour out of every 24 hours and listen to ourselves. Listen to that little small voice inside you, your imagination, your ego, your reasoning, your conscious, your memory, your emotions. Listen to the 6 departments of your mind as we grow, as we change, as we move forward in learning more about our goals. Listen carefully now. As we move into our guardianship lesson, I have 2 distinct areas that I want to talk about kind of briefly. The first area is alternatives to guardianship. Sometimes we need a guardian, sometimes we don't. But let's listen to the reasons why we might and the reasons why we might not. Let's gain some knowledge here. Chapter 2 Study Guide. While some alternatives require an individual to identify an arrangement prior to becoming incapacitated, some options allow for other parties to initiate the arrangement based on needs, social supports, and financial assets of the incapacitated person. This unit discusses alternative arrangements to guardianship that have been prepared and directed by the person prior to the determination of incapacity. Some examples of these methods include listed below: power of attorney, durable power of attorney, designation of healthcare surrogate, money management strategies, joint accounts, representative payee, some specific types of trusts, community case management, and voluntary guardianship. Durable power of attorney. While a POA lasts only as long as the principal of that power is alive, deemed mentally competent, a durable power of attorney, DPOA, often continues beyond the adjudication of the incapacity of the principal if there is a specific statement that the power is intended to remain effective even if the person becomes incapacitated. However, all powers of attorney become null and void upon the death of the person. A power of attorney shall be suspended during the pendency of a guardianship. An individual may execute an advance directive and grant another person over age 18 the direction to make healthcare decisions on his or her behalf, should that person become incapacitated. The individual authorized to make these medical decisions is referred to as a healthcare surrogate, HCS. A court-appointed guardian of the property cannot make health care decisions unless he or she was designated prior to the adjudication of the incapacity. The initial designation of health care surrogate must take place during a period when the individual granting the designation is mentally competent. The duties of the healthcare surrogate come into play when the attending physician concludes that the patient no longer has the capacity to make decisions for him or herself. The doctor's statement is incorporated into the medical records, and the patient at that point is in the hospital or a facility, and they are required to contact the healthcare surrogate and notify him of the obligation to make the decisions. Well, what does all of that mean? A HCS, healthcare surrogate, makes decisions for you, but they had to be assigned that decision-making ability by you before you were sick. You can't wait until somebody gets sick and say, hey, I'm the healthcare surrogate. No, you have to be the healthcare surrogate before the person was ill. The healthcare surrogate can make decisions, including those related to informed consent, refusal of medical treatment, requests for public health care benefits, and admission to healthcare facilities. To designate a healthcare surrogate with a written document must be prepared and provide the name of the surrogate at all times. The document must be signed by the individual designating the surrogate in the presence of two witnesses, and at least one of the witnesses must be someone other than a spouse or blood relative. The healthcare surrogate may not act as a witness, so you need witnesses in addition to the healthcare surrogate. In the written designation, the principal may direct another person to sign if the person is unable to sign. All right, guys, I gave you a little bit of knowledge about the guardianship. And the reason why I want to talk along these lines, in addition to the lessons on our imagination and the departments of our mind, is because we're living in a pandemic and there are so many challenging things happening. So sometimes we need people to look out for us. So say, for example, one of us were to become ill and hospitalized, and we would need someone to make decisions for us. So that is why I brought to your attention today power of attorney, durable power of attorney, healthcare surrogate, and all of those terms that go along with health care in times like these. Guys, although we're learning about our imagination, we're also learning more about our safety. During these times, we need to be aware that we have to put things in place ahead of time to make sure that we are safe. That is a safety measure as well. So as we progress through our lessons, I'm trying to center and focus you, cover the lessons that we need to cover about the departments of the mind, managing our stress, being determined, being in control, but also remembering to set up safety measures for the future. In the event that someone has to speak for you, that there's something in place that they can do that. As you know, we all care about each other here at Rayfield, and Whenever something happens, we're always there for each other. We visit each other. We're doing our comfort calls. We're checking on each other and making sure that everybody is safe in every single way that we can. We're staying connected to all of you, and we want you to stay connected to us. So make sure, guys, that you are using your social media, Facebook, YouTube, and everything else that you can to stay connected to Rayfield. And we too will stay connected to you by calling and making sure that you're safe. And when you're here every day, make sure that you check in with your teachers and check in with your friends and let them know that everything is going well. We had a great weekend. It was a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We opened the thrift store. We had a lot going on down there. We had a brunch. We had a lot of people stop into the thrift store and see the thrift store and the nail salon. And it's just going great down there. So let's continue, guys, to be Rayfield strong and stay on top of our dreams and our goals and nurture and cherish our imagination as we move forward into the last quarter of the year. It is November now, so November, December, and we'll be closing out 2021, and we're excited about what the new year will bring. We are Rayfield Strong. Let's have a great day.